What's up, guys? It's Dark Banana here. Today we're going to be doing a year in review. So I'm just going to be looking back at my zombs experiences throughout the last year. This is just going to be me playing. I'm really going to be reading. Here's my year in review. January 2020. Flyer and DB are playing pubs together. So like at the start of this year, I wasn't really great at we didn't play any comp. We didn't even know what that was. Funny story, we actually faked Instinct for a while. So I was always like Instinct Dark Banana, even though I was obviously not good enough to be an Instinct. In late February, Flyer figured out about the zombs Discord server, and then he went to a clan called FF. We played in FF a lot, and we met a couple cool kids there, like Probro and Mello, which I actually still know both of those kids today. We were not good there though, also because we were like sub teams because you never played any comp before, no experience. But that was also really good for us to learn how like a clan works. The first 3 weeks of March, we were also in there until FF merged into Curse, and at that point, Curse is super toxic. So I left Cursed. Flyer left Cursed. He didn't let them merge in, but I left Cursed and went to a couple different clans like UR and just kind of hopped around trying to find a clan. Flyer tried to make a Z1 clan, which most people don't know about. But it was obviously a failure. It was like 0-1 or something like that, and it was horrible. After that, Flyer joined Mythic, and I still kind of I was just still hopping around clans. So, Flyer joined that, and then eventually I was just like, oh, Mythic looks pretty cool. I'll join it. So we joined Mythic, and we were actually in Mythic for a really long time. If you look at some of my first YouTube videos when I started it, this is in April, by the way. We started it, in Mythic. So I have a couple Mythic YouTube videos, and it's funny because I actually have a bunch of YouTube videos with Wizard in Mythic. So basically, now this kind of switches over to most of the Revolution, more of Revolution stuff now because it's a little bit less about how I started playing comp. So all of the leaders in Rev, like the original leaders in Rev, were all from Mythic. Because Mythic was an EU clan but didn't have a US East team. Or had any US East. But there was a US East team, but the leader wasn't US East, and he just really didn't care about the US East team. So this group, we kind of made like a staff chat, and the people in there were, let me see, they were Sir Body, Wizard, Flyer, Fahimex, Unify, Aquarius, and Castaway, and that was kind of like our core group, right, for Revolution. So if you ever wonder who are all those OG people, those are all the OG people that were in Mythic. And for a while, the only way to get staff was to be in Mythic because we would have trusted you, right? So that's obviously that's pretty epic. And Mythic, once again, Mythic was super strong, but they just didn't care about US East. After this, we all left for Hyperreaction, and Hyperreaction was like it was a private clan at that point, with everyone got a spot. But the issue is that later on they were also a toxic clan, and Flyer got kicked out of it for like a really dumb reason, and it wasn't really the leader's fault. It was like a perma abuse from a mod, and he got banned. So all of our players left to create Revolution. But at that point, we didn't know it would be called Revolution. We actually thought it would be called Jade. But eventually, I forget who it was, but someone came up with the idea that it should be called Revolution. But yeah, that was like, it was really funny because there was a lot of like names because we didn't even know our tag, right? But R had an opening for that's big rip. But R had an opening for that tag, so we picked Revolution, which is pretty awesome. We quickly after that, Castaway, which is one of those members, and Wizard, Flyer, and I all clutched. Really, Castaway clutched it, but we clutched a Swarm Wars, and with like us as like the only team, and it was insane, and we got it in game A as well, and that boosted our clan members up to 100 pretty fast. But the thing about Revolution is this is like pretty much for a lot of time we kind of built ourselves up, but Revolution had a really bad reputation for being inactive. We were like some other clans that like Void, where it is like 1,000 member server, but it's completely inactive. But yeah, we had like a really bad reputation in the community, and so um, but eventually we won another Swarm Wars in that time, and this is probably I don't exactly know how long it was, but this is like a long period of revolution. It was like a super inactive clan, but we consistently grew up. We kind of grew up into a bigger clan, and we were like around we got to like I think it was like 800 when we got ZCC. It might have been 900 somewhere. No, because I remember ZCC was really stubborn about it, and we had to get to 1,000 members before we got ZCC verified. And that's when we tried our best to be active. With the staff was really active, but what happened was we just didn't have enough really active members for like general chat and stuff like that because you can't have your staff carrying the clan. After that, this is like a pretty recent thing. Or I wouldn't say too recent. It's probably like a month or so. Okay. We got a merge with TK, and this is completely wizard. Doing this, you can see Dan's in that chat right there, but it's completely wizard. He picked out TK because they were a super active clan, but they didn't have as many members. So they had some really good staff, including Dan, as you see in chat, and other people that are just extremely active in the clan, making us a lot better team. And yeah, that's kind of like how Revolution started and where it's at now. Revolution is currently at like 2,150 and actually one of the biggest servers, zombs servers, which is pretty insane. Uh, we're still getting better and working on becoming one of the better clans because there's definitely a lot of clans that are above us, but it's not like a hype clan. We've consistently grown since May is when it started. But we've consistently gotten better, and that's pretty awesome. It's not a hype clan that's gonna die. It's gonna stick around for a while. So I'm excited to see the new 2021 and see where Revolution goes. It's been an amazing year, and I thank you guys all for joining Revolution and supporting me.